Sorry, I was speaking. So I just started the recording, and I think Anne had said the Ultra Vivo session details. I'm going to connect to that system right now.
Okay. Bây giờ thì bên em bạn sẽ connect vào system, thì không biết là buổi trước thì mình đã test hệ thống ổn hết chưa anh Tuấn Anh?
Ok rồi em, bảo bạn đi roi qua cái Ultra View anh gửi lúc sáng đi.
Vâng, ok. Ultra View.
Yeah, connected to Ultra Vivo to the details what was shared. Can you please access the one test performance system, please? Okay, so this is the application. This application, right? Okay, we need to have an interactive session here. So since I'm not familiar with the language, what it has been displayed, can you take us to the home page of the system? So let me just check up last time. It doesn't go through, or do we need to have the complete URL here?
Sorry, Kieran Chan, are you logging into the system and it's not respond, right?
Yeah, I see. I mean, I hope everyone was seeing the Ultra Viewer, the AV Bank application smart form.
Yeah,
Okay,
we can see.
So I'm not familiar with this language what it mentioned. I don't know whether do I have a Google translator here, or can you just help me help them me to go to the main page, not to the login page, main page.
Main page of the smartphone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
vâng, anh Tuấn Anh có thể giúp em quay trở về cái homepage của cái hệ thống smartphone này được không anh? Không phải là cái phần login đâu ạ. Thì bạn có yêu cầu
Tất nhiên là vậy, không hiểu.
tức là bạn đã yêu cầu về cái phần main page của cái smartphone này, nhưng mà em nghĩ là đây là cái giao diện lúc mà mình vào ban đầu rồi đúng không anh?
Rồi.
Kieran Chan,
Yeah.
the very first front end of the main page you're asking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at first we need to log into the form.
Okay. Let me just what I'm saying is AB and
AB Bank dot vn. Okay.
see, this is the production environment. Okay, I think this is up and running in the system, right? This is live. AB Bank VM is live. So
live, it's on live.
But I don't think so. There's an internet, right, in the system. There is no internet. I think it will not listen to it. Even if I just type it for google.com, I think they said that there's an intranet. Okay, I don't know whether it is slow or I'm not able to click.
So are you trying to testing the web performance in this time, right? Or are you trying to test the smartphone?
Yeah, I'm trying to test the smartphone, which is hosted in test8 .url. This application, the first browser tab. Yeah. Okay, fine. Anyways, no problem. Can you just ask them to enter the user credentials, please?
Yeah, okay. Anh Tuấn Anh giúp em có thể đăng nhập vào hệ thống không ạ? Username và cả password để anh giúp em đăng nhập.
Chút anh xin tài khoản, xong còn test tài khoản.
Dạ. Yeah, they are taking the account and
sure. So what they can do is they can enter the details in this particular section.
Okay, username.
Yeah, they can enter so that I can use this particular username and password for recording.
Dạ anh ơi, không biết mình lấy được cái username cho anh. Alo ạ.
Đợi chút nhá, đang lấy tài khoản.
Dạ vâng, ok. Thì em bảo bạn vậy. Okay, Kieran-san, you can continue to execute the testing.
Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So I'm just trying to see the login functionality. Okay, when I click on this, I think it is sign in. Okay, okay. So this is just a login transaction page. Let me just maximize this. Okay, so I'm not familiar with all these menu options. What are all these menu options?
The first one will be registering service.
Okay.
Registering service. The first thing is private banking. Can you just put on Google, put on translation on your site?
Where in my home, in my local system?
Yeah, I think you can click on the three dot on the right hand side, and it will bring you to the translation. Oh no, it's not appear here. Okay, I can help you with the testing.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I got some exceptions here.
Okay.
Because in my local system, I'm seeing the Google Translator. Why? Because I'm connected over the internet. But
Okay,
in
okay.
AB
Yeah, I
Bank,
see.
the performance
Internet.
system,
Yeah. Okay.
there is no translator.
I see. So yeah, I think with this you can test. You can have Anbig Bank to testing for each module separately and to see the performance, right?
Edge module.
Yes.
Can you come back on what you asked?
Yeah.
When I clicked on it, it's not taking me to any page.
Okay,
I
so
got some.
let me ask Mr. Tuấn Anh. Dạ anh Tuấn Anh ơi, thì không biết là cái phần smartphone này thì bên anh hiện đang có yêu cầu là bọn em sẽ test thử cho từng cái tính năng một, hay là bọn em sẽ test theo kịch bản hay như nào, thì anh có thể chia sẻ thêm được không ạ?
Có kịch bản chưa?
Kịch bản thì Kieran chưa có sẵn tại thời điểm này.
Thì
Thì
test
bây giờ
cái
bọn em suggest là bọn em sẽ test từng cái mục một, ví dụ mục đăng ký dịch vụ, mục quản lý hồ sơ hay là mục giao dịch tại quầy, thì bọn em sẽ testing theo cái mô hình đó
em
được không anh?
được, em làm những cái mà An Bình có license đấy và
Vâng, ok.
test cái đấy thôi nhá.
Vâng, ok.
Rồi nha.
Kieran Chan.
Yeah.
So Mr. Tuấn Anh suggests that so based on the license model, An Bình Bank have bought for one test, you can utilize and use all the function on An Bank has bought, and then you can use to testing the smartphone site.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get familiarized with the application, because I just saw something said by Ken, because login function is what we can do it. Scenarios.
Yes.
I'm just mentioning as scenarios here.
Scenario 1. So did you get the testing scenario?
Yeah, one I can identify it as login function.
Login function. Okay.
So
First, second.
next, what else we can because the menu options, what you told me, right? What is this page?
This is a registering service module.
Okay, what?
Registering.
Okay, register service.
So yeah, it is three small column under this yeah, this registering service. Please click on. I can show you. Is the documentation documentation management sector. So it will be separating into 5 different sector each.
Okay, so now the user is logged in, right? I think
Yes,
C all
yes.
is a user. Okay, so he
Yes,
is
yes,
having
yes.
one VN. It might be an account ID kind of it. So
Yes.
what we can do is we can see what else is there. Do you have a report function?
Can you please
Report.
check if can you please check if the license have report function? Oh, you mean
In
the
application.
report
AB
function?
Bank. Yeah, report function functionality scenario.
Yeah, that will be the very last column.
This
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. That the report function.
Okay. Just clicked on it. Okay.
Yeah. The first thing will be the report function of number of member using eBank. E-banking. Yes. So here there will be some yeah, three customer using eBank just for only the demonstration.
Okay. 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 I'm just trying if we can get one moment. Just Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just I got some. Let me just this is the log off.
Yeah, log off, log off.
Okay. Let me try to do two things here. One is with the login and go to report function to view the report function. Okay. So, but what they say is that in order to go to the menu option, they need to do a login.
Yes.
Okay. And is this a single sign-on? Can the same user see all can access any number of times, or it is a single sign-on?
Are you asking this is single sign-on, right?
Yeah. Is it a single sign-on?
Yes, yes, yes. I believe so.
Okay. And after login, I see this is a create person form. Okay. What is this option?
Advanced searching.
This particular. Okay. This is search. Okay.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
never. Okay, but why I'm checking?
Yeah,
Oh my god!
yeah.
Oh my god! Where is settings here?
Setting. Oh, yeah, now it's all turned to Vietnamese.
Okay. Which one is settings?
Yeah, yeah. This one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one.
Where is the language?
Language is in the very top of this line. No. Scroll down. Yeah.
This one?
Next. No. Top one. No,
Okay.
yeah. Just scroll out to it. Very.
Okay, which is English?
English is the second one. Yeah, click on this and relaunch. Okay. Now it's yeah. I think you can.
Photo translate. Let me go for report function. Okay, there's a report function. Okay, I just found two functions here. I'm not. It would be very helpful if I can see the why this is language is used.
Yeah, I think season. No internet and you cannot plug in the translation on the web page.
Yeah, I think because internet is not there, that's where it is not.
Yes. So yeah, I think you can in order to save time, I think you can continue to test the system.
Fine. I'll just go ahead.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new workspace. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm exit it out. Okay. Fine. Ensure the Java service is being killed out from the task manager. Okay, so the same process, like how do we launch the one test tool is go to window menu, give it to Excel, and you can also make a desktop shortcut also. You can pin to taskbar, so it will be easy for you to launch the tool. So when you click on it, the workspace will be asking to prompt. So as I showed earlier, the default workspace would be stored in this particular system. Maybe and as a user who's logged in. Yeah. And can you create a couple of few test users?
You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, are you trying to ask Mr. Tuấn Anh to create
Yeah, at least couple of more test users.
for the smartphone login and
Yeah,
function,
only
right?
for smartphone login and report function. I believe when they log in, the report function would be there in it, I guess so. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So
yeah,
let me ask him if it possible or not.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Anh Tuấn Anh ạ, thì bạn khi anh gian bạn ấy có vừa yêu cầu mình có thể tạo thêm cho bạn ấy khoảng tầm 2 cái account nữa để bạn ấy test cùng lúc được không ạ?
Ta thêm 2 cái nữa à?
Dạ vâng,
Ừ,
dạ vâng. Okay. Okay, Kyunja. So yeah, he is creating. So so for the reason that you will be testing 3 account like in the same time or simultaneously.
Okay, so one thing, if it is a single sign-on, right, we may not be able to test it simultaneously. Why? Because it's only once the user is logged in, the other user cannot
Oh,
log
okay.
in with the same user. So
Mm,
that's the reason we need a different user. If
mm,
they can disable the single sign-on option, we can
mm,
use the same user.
mm. Okay.
Okay, I believe this is a test environment, right? So for now, if they can disable the single sign-on features itself, it will be helpful. Or else they need to keep at least hundreds of users. If they want to test for 100 users, right? They need to create 100 such users.
Okay.
So that would be a pain area.
So that will be 100 user for the virtual user, right?
Yeah, virtual users, correct.
Mm.
Okay, so now the workspace has been launched up. What I want to say is that I need to just go to the default directory, which is in C drive, users, and the user I believe is logged in. To which is the user profile who's logged in right now? Have they logged in with the profile as an IT or it's a different one?
Anh LT, yeah, I believe.
An IT. Okay, fine. So I'm going to that HCL. So you can create two things in HCL in the default directory, or else you can create outside the users directory also. For now, as a better purpose, we'll use this particular system. We'll call it as AB Bank Workspace. Does not exist. Right. Let's copy this path and click launch. So now you see the metadata file is getting created. And pin from here. Okay, so you can ignore it because of the local license been configured. Okay, as during the demonstration I showed, this is a default welcome page for any user who's going to access, create a new workspace. This is the welcome page. They can use this, the tutorials to use the scope of how to create the test scripts and all. But anyways, this looks over an internet. That's not possible here. Okay, we need an internet to access the tutorial section. Fine, nevertheless, not a problem. So as I showed, this is the default hierarchical view of the workspace as this is built on Eclipse IDE. So for we can enable the heap settings of this particular workspace, go to window menu, general, show heap status. By default, we consume around 4 GB of RAM, maximize. So any garbage collectors getting run will clear it out. Okay, test navigator is a location where you're going to store your project related informations and properties and all the default views. And this area is for the editor view where all you see your test scripts, the workload model and the results. Okay, so now I'm going to create the works project, new performance test project, give the name as AB Bank. See, it's going to store on the workspace. Say next. Yeah, select only the required options, that is test, schedule, results, locations, and data sets. Compound test and demeter test is not required. It can be used when required there. So data sets is a place where you're going to store all your dynamic data sets like username, details, user informations. Locations is for your agents to run on the load generators. Results is a place where all the test results will get stored. Schedule is for workload for generating more than one user. And test is the place where you store all your test scripts itself. When I click on finish, the new test from recording window will pop up and the AB Bank project will get displayed in the test navigator. Yeah, wait for a couple of seconds. Yeah. Now you see the new test from recording will get launched up. You can just click on cancel for it. Yeah, it's still in circulating. You see the blue circle. Yeah. So I showed in my system, you would have been seeing different things. I had mobile test, I had APIs and all of, but if you have a pure performance tool installed, these are the default protocols. You'll be able to see HTTP test, SAP service test, socket, and TN3070. We don't see anything APIs. If you have any kind of web services, you can test web services. Okay, so I'll click on cancel. So I just expand it. So these are the assets which we created. So now we are doing the test run recording for login function. Select test folder, right click on it, say new test from recording. You see this kind of an icon. There are at many locations. You see one at this place, at the other this place. When you click on file menu and you see new test from recording, you see this another place. Select the project and new. There are different ways of doing the recording. I believe someone is trying to admit. I believe can do an admit if someone is coming. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine. New test from recording. Select HTTP test. Say next. Select the test folder and give the script name as login function. Say next. Now you see automatically the test suite get created. Say next. So we are going to use Google Chrome. Select Google Chrome. This is the only browser which has been used. IE is now we don't recommend you to use IE. If your application supports Edge or anything of Firefox, the also can be used here. Say next. Nothing is required to change any options. Click on finish. When you click on finish, immediately the Chrome browser will be controlled by one test performance tool, and that is the place only you need to do the recording. Click on finish. Yeah, you can accept this certificate. Yeah. As I said, we are not going to bookmark anything. You can clear the histories and all. So go to settings, just say history. Clear browsing data and clear the data of last 1 hour. So as I already stored my URL in a notepad, I'm just copying from that particular place and I'm pasting here. And I'll give a comment called as this is my login page. So when I click on enter, you see the packets get changed. You see immediately from 4 packets, it went on to 68 packets. While recording, you can see that a number of contents also. What is that? It is getting captured here. It captures all the request and response headers. Okay, I'm going to enter the username as call and abc_123. Okay. Before that, I'm going to give this as the page name as login page. It was abcd_123. Okay. I'm clicking on login so that it goes to the user home page. Okay. This is the user home page here. Okay. So if I'm as I said, there's only we are just checking the login function. So if you're doing any other further transactions like payment transactions, from the menu options, what you see in the hierarchy here, so you can just click on it and go further so that your script name should be properly mentioned for it. As this is only a login function, I just log in and log out. And I close the browser for end the recording. Yeah. So you need to select only test8 abbank.vn, DHCPL app. I don't think so it's required. Now you see the test generation will complete. Yeah, open test. As I said, we did an input character. The tool automatically identifies there is a data set. So if I click on S, it shows me the user details like all is a username and abcd underscore is a 123. So I can automate it instead of okay, instead of using the username what we recorded. If we have can provide me another set of users, I'll automate with that particular user. Okay, for now, this is a login page, and we can just call this as user home page. And this is it again comes back to login page itself. You can just see the hierarchy of the systems. So you see you have many other, as in the notepad, you can see just as the primary URL what I entered, it has considered that as the primary URL in the system. And it is a what is a method? It's a get method. But when you're doing anything like in a post operation, right, or anything and in insert, it will be always a post. Just you can just see the create personal form. Okay, again, it's in a get here. Account login. Yeah, this is a post method. I believe this is a 302. Yeah, this is a actual. This should be a login page because since that is not there, it has been created to the create process form. It has redirected to create person form. Okay. Do you want to call this page as create person form or create or user home page? and you can just see what is that particular actions we've been formed on it. If the browser can come up, yeah, you can see these are this is the create user home page. It is. I believe this is object mode here. And think again 302. This has been not required. Yeah, this is an object mode, and you can see it's a redirections. So in your application, you have more redirections. Okay, so these are all for each and every page, right? There is a think time and connection time also. So can you do it? So you can see for this particular page, right? On this particular page, I spent around 27,000 milliseconds. It is equal to around 27 seconds. While this is the recording time. See, for login page, it will be 0 because this is first page. In the second page, I spent around 27 seconds. And when go back to this particular page, I spent around 38 seconds. From page 1 to page 2, what is the user time spent is what? From the page 2 to page 3, this is the time spent. I call this page a sign out. Okay. So when I play back this, I'm going to play back this option. Just click run test. No need to do anything. Yeah, you can see the user homepage and sign out. You can see this is the request, what it has been sent. Yeah. In the user account login, you're just entering the see all as a user and a password there. Okay. So, and is there any possibility, can you get me a data set so that so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a data set as called as user login details. So I'm just going with the default options. So the data set get created and opens in the browser so that I can, okay, this is using enhanced. Okay, fine. Let me just change the browser. So if it's not changing to the default browser, go to Windows menu preferences. Just look out for the web browser here option in the general option and select Chrome because by default it is selected internet browser. When you double click on it, it opens in a Chrome. Okay. I'm setting as Chrome as my default browser. So here I need to have two columns, one for username and one for password. So the editing of this particular thing is you cannot click on column 1 and right click. You need to come to this yellow area, right click on anywhere in the screen, at least select the column, right click and say rename columns. Rename the column to username. So as of now, you provided a username called as see all. If you can provide me any other user, I can add that user also here. The password was abcd_123 and click on save. The user data, you can see it has been stored in this particular path, user login details. I'm going to that particular path now. AB Bank is a project name. In the test folder, you see the test script. So all the restrictions is required. And in the data set, you see that user details has been opened. I can open this in Notepad. You see the first row is called as the variable names or the column names. Second row starts from the data. If you can provide me any of the subsequent 4 to 5 users, I can add here and I can help them automate during testing. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record one more scenario called as report function. So once you created the dataset, make a practice of always closing the data browser. Otherwise, the dataset get locked. Then the test execution might be disturbance. Fine. So we record it and playback. Now I'm going to record another function called as reporting function. So as I said, there are many places to go to do the recording. The best practice is right click on the test folder and do the recording. If you see this kind of an icon with the red indication, you can also see here also. You just select it and say HTTP test. Go to test folder and give a name called as report function. Say next. Select Chrome. Go with the default options and click on finish. It's okay to install until unless the system get normalized. You may getting that certificate. That's okay. Yeah. Paste it. Enter. And give a page name called as. Okay. What happens if I don't give any name? We'll do that particular option now. So I'm going to select the username as C all password ABCD underscore 123 123 1234. And click on login. It comes to the user home page. Wait for a couple of seconds and let the packets get normalized. And at the last option, we have this report function. Click on this and select report function. Wait for a couple of seconds for the pages to get loaded successfully. And you can see all the contents are get captured here. Yeah, now we can do a logout. And you close the browser for ending the recording. Yeah. And click on finish. Open test. Yes, there was any data sets which I entered. Okay. So you see, earlier during the recording of login function, I gave some page name during recording itself, the login page. When the page loads up, right, at that moment you need to give the name. So here what I gave in a report function, I did not give any page names. So I wanted to see what was the page names. So it by default, it will consider what is the response content it has commit in it. You can see this is the AB Bank form. The page title, what it comes in the response content, right? That would be called as a page name. And again, subsequent, it is also called as AB Bank form, but here it will be called as one in parenthesis. The subsequent page is also called as AB Bank Smart Form. But here, what happened? This is my login page. How I can identify this is my login page based on the snapshot or from the application URL itself. So that's one thing. And here again, I can see this is create person form. Maybe this is called as user form details. And you can see what is the username and password I entered during recording. Go to references and say show all references. Yeah, it show you all the references of it. In the third page, you enter the report list page, report page. And last one, I call it as logout page. So now it is easy for me to understand. So once I get familiarized, I'm going to rename the pages. So I'll call the first page as login page. Okay, something happened. It's called as user home page. Then this is called as report page, and last one is called as sign out. Okay, just save it and you run the test. Remember my decision, otherwise it will ask all the time. See here, I'm not measuring any of the response time. Here, I'm just checking whether the recorded script is able to playback successfully or not. Yeah. User homepage, you see there's a 3 seconds and report function took around 2 seconds. Sign out is around 4 seconds. So just checking the validations of it. User report page. Yeah. Is there any session is what I was looking for? Yeah, you can see during recording, right? There's a session ID. We are not using the same session ID. Each and every time there is a new session. So this is during recording. Let me just check it up again here. Yeah. Yeah, there's an authorization, and each authorization is unique here. This authorization starts with 3WQ. So, but at the user home page, I can just go to my event log, and if I just check it on pre-live, authorization is different. You saw the difference here. So during recording, the authorization was different and during playback. So it means to say, once the user is logged out, the session expires and it creates a new session. It's good. So it means to say that we cannot run this user parallelly. The same user cannot be run parallelly. Okay. So now if we can, we'll just try to put under schedule and just see whether it is able to run in parallel, or else what I can do is I'll just try to parameterize the login function and report function here. And when you give me the user details, it would be helpful. So as I said, the tool automatically identifies the dataset candidates. So we need to see if it's in light green color, it is mentioned called as datasets. What you do is substitute, select the data source. Don't prompt me this again. Select the data set here. The data set what we created is user login details. So I cannot, we'll try to do the wrap when the last row is reached. Select. Okay, it's only at one location. Now go to the password field and say substitute from select data source and select password. Click OK. It's only at one occurrence. So now here, the data set properties is set to as wrap when the last row is reached. If I say fetch only once per user, only once it will be used. So let me try to put this under a loop and try add loop. Sorry, I think I need to. There's insert loop. Let me just remove this. I'm just checking the test script whether we are able to use single sign-on parallelly. Just select all the 3 pages and say insert loop. So all the test scripts goes inside the loop itself. So now I'm going to try this option in 2 iterations. Obviously it will pass. Why? Because once a user logs out, it will pass. Now you'll see 2 times the login page and logout also. Yeah, login and. But what happens if I do this in parallel users? Let me just put the things there also under a schedule. So go to the schedule, right click on it and say new view schedule. And you can call this as login function load. Go with for default users of 5 users and select the user group and say add test the login test script. Fine. So what I'm doing at 0th instance itself, I'm putting the load of 5 users for login function. Okay. So now what I'll do is in the login function, I'm put a loop. I'm just making a loop as only 1 iteration. Even though I made a function called as. Yeah. So run view schedule. Hope it should fail. Why? Because as I see the single sign-on, no 2 parallel users can access the application. If it access, it's okay. We are consider this as a test environment. Khan, you can just ask them where they are they able to follow me?
Yes, yes, okay. Dạ vâng, thưa các anh chị thì bạn Kianjan bạn vừa show về testing các performance testing của hai cái module chính là cái login function của mình và cái tab mà báo cáo report function của mình. Thì như vừa rồi bạn ấy có demo về cách testing performance và cách đổ tải các virtual user. Thì không biết là với cái tốc độ bọn em demo như này các anh chị thứ nhất là cũng có thêm câu hỏi gì, cái thứ hai là bọn em có cần trình bày chậm lại không để cho các anh chị theo dõi cho được ạ? Alo ạ. Dạ anh Tuấn Anh có ý kiến gì không ạ?
Cá nhân anh
Dạ.
thì cũng bạn ấy nói thực ra cũng hơi khó nghe nhưng mà cá nhân anh thì cũng hiểu sơ bộ rồi.
Dạ
Anh
vâng.
cũng test
Thì
test được 2 ngày rồi. Thế cho anh xem, bảo bạn ấy cho anh xem lại cái phần report.
ok, dạ vâng. Của cái phần review của cái phần report hay là của phần login này?
Cả hai.
Hai, ok. Dạ vâng. So Kianjan, please show it the report again for the two tests you have done.
Yeah, showing. So what I did just now, I just put the login function under 5 user load for same data set. That is see all as a user. Okay.
Yeah, please show
So
in the report. Yeah,
sure.
as
Yeah, this
request
is
from
the
Tuấn Anh.
schedule.
Okay.
Under the user group, we added a test script. We just added 5 users, the default one. So this is the report, what it has come right now. So looks like as per the server health detail, all are passed. But to order to do a verification, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the test log of this just to ensure do we get a different session IDs. Just open the okay display test log, events, show all. Yeah, yeah, it is trying to load. Okay. Okay, all the users have been passed. It shows me here, but for verification, I'm going to enable the log level to all, so that here what is happening, I'm just checking the log only for primary test action. When I say primary test action, only the primary URL. Okay, but what I'm doing in order to get the detail level, I'm just selecting the primary test level log to all and save it. I'm going to do the execution once again. So if the admin bank team are able to verify how many times the see all user has logged in right now, so that they can get to know that the new sessions will get created here. So looks like the see all user can access parallelly. Yeah. This is the overall page and this is summary for 5 pages. We have around 3 pages, so you should be getting around 15 page hits. Yeah. And this is the response time. Your login page, but your home page is taken an array average of 3 seconds. So minimum one of the user has taken 3 seconds, maximum has taken 3.8. On an average, it is around 3.316. The sign was a bit faster. I'll explain this report in detail. It's just loading. Because we don't recommend to do the test log level to all. Only when we see that it is for smaller 5 user load is okay. But for when you're doing for larger load of 50 or 100, we don't recommend the log level to all. Why? Because it consumes more resources. That's when if you see, I just earlier it was only primary test actions. I just made it at test level level to all. That's where it is taking bit time to enable. Show me all the test steps of it. One sec. It has come. Looks like, all right, still loading. Okay, fine. So now you see all the test. So the difference between this log level and this log level, you see, I just see only the page name. That's it. This is only the primary page. But in this option, in this log level, I'm going to get the detailed log level of the test steps. Okay. In the user home page, I just see somewhere in the protocol data or in the request, there was a kind of a session ID, which is there. I'm interested to know. Okay, there's an auth start with I5. Just ensuring it is all dynamic. I'm just checking for some other user for user number 2. Yeah. You see here, the sessions are different. The authorization token has generated unique. So it means to say that we can use this particular user for any number of time. The user number 3 authorization, each and every time the authorization is changed. And so, okay, we can use the same user any number of times here. Fine. I'm just going to try explain the report function. So here we see this is a report called as performance report. Initially, when you run the execution, it will be in the initial state, then in the running state, then comes the log data transfer, and then the complete state. I'll just make a note. These are the differentiations. Yes, it's passed. Stage 1. Okay, I don't know why it is. Initialization, stage 2. In stage 3. Transfer, stage 4. Completed. So this is the how the report looks like. Fine. You can see here it's initialization, running, performance, and complete. So in summary, you need to be worried, or your main concern is 100%. 100% is sometimes when you're having all the status codes as 200 for your primary page. We are always looking for the status code 200 for primary page. You getting it? Okay. So, and there are no any errors. If there are any errors, it would have been popped out here. So it is very easy for login function, because login function is asking only 3 pages, and in the report itself we can just tabulate it for 5 users. 5 into 3 is 15 users. Sorry, 15 attempts. And it's so when the server health detail passes, the user made 5 attempts parallelly, and all 5 passed. That's where it's success. The main report, what you need to check out is a page performance. Here you see the report as login page, user homepage, and sign out. The login page, one of the user has taken 701 milliseconds. We can just check it from this particular report also. How is this response time getting derived? So if you just click on this particular page, you see a response time of 31 milliseconds. That one we can derive from here. Just click on it on the report and say page response time contributors. Remove the connection time and client delay time. You just see it's around 218 milliseconds. This is the overall page response time of that particular page, not the page element. If you just click the page element, you see this particular page. It gives the granularity of the user login page. That's around 2.19 seconds, has taken more time. Yeah. Let me just come to all. And sign out page has taken around 3 seconds. So I'll just run this system in for longer time. So what I'll do is I'll go to the report, and here I'm just going to add one loop called as insert loop. And I'm going to run this test for around 5 minutes and just see the difference. Now I'm confident that this session is getting dynamic. So I'm not going to enable the test loggle to all. Here I'm just saying all user in 10 seconds. Let all user come in 10 seconds, and running the stage duration not for until finished. Please note, when you're keeping the loop as infinite, you need to give a stage duration till what time you want to run. So as of now, I'm going to run this for 5 minutes. And let's see how much time it takes. So I'm going to run this view schedule. So as of now, I'm running this on local user. I'm going to run this on load generator. The next, I have my report function script ready. I'm going to do a mix of user load for report function. Yeah. Now you can see it's still in the ramping state. So all user over in 10 seconds is what I've given. So now it is still in running mode. Okay. Now the users will not exit it out. Immediately after 5 attempts, it is going to continue some more attempts here. So here what I'm trying to explain to you is like I'm going to make the steady state for longer time. This blue line is there, right? We are going to keep it for some more long time. Yeah, you see the more number of hits, it has gone for furthermore, and you can see more number of hits has come. The main important factor we need to see the response was time detail, whether it is linear. Yeah, good, it is linear. But for this particular page of login page is a bit, I mean to say this is a user home page. This is a bit of higher end, say around 5 seconds, or it's around 2.7 seconds. When a total number of hits of around 15 hits have been made, the average response time when the system is busy with 5 users, it is 2.7 seconds. Guys, you can ask me questions here if you have any concerns.
So it is
Yeah,
a report thing function, right?
yeah. This is the login function. After this,
Login
I'm going
function.
to, yeah. So here, what we are trying to do is,
Summary.
yeah. Here, initially, we just did only one single transaction, just 5 users. That's it. Now we are trying to simulate 5 user load for longer time. As you see, we are trying to run this 5 user run for 5 minutes. Earlier, it was only until finished for only for one transaction. Now we are trying to simulate for longer run. Now you see it's around 2.3 minutes is elapsed, and whereas in an earlier report you see just for 50 seconds as one transaction it was only 5 hits. But now you see we are hit more than hits here. The graph looks good. Why I'm saying is because the report is linear. You're not seeing a spike at any point of time. There is no drastic spike.
So
And I
that's
say,
yeah.
that's very,
The performance is
yeah,
seem
performance is good.
stable, right?
Yeah, it's stable for 5 users. We need to gradually increase the load. So when I say spike, we are not seeing a spike of higher, like it's only linear.
Okay.
This is only for 5 users. But when you run for more users, and if you see a drastic spike and comes down, that's a problem. So far, it's linear. Yeah.
Okay. Linear is fine, and if it shows spike, it having problems.
Yeah, it's there's no major spike. And you see, it is almost then the maximum response time is only 3 seconds because the median is below the 2.793 or very nearer. The minimum is not gone beyond average, and the average is not come beyond minimum. When you see average here, right? There are 14.5 attempts made on an average for each and every hit made by 5 user. The response time is only 2.7 seconds. This 2.7 seconds, what all it constitutes of? Go to page response time contributors. You can see you can just eliminate the connection time and client delay. When you eliminate all the factors, you get only the pure response time of log home page. This is home page. Page element response time. What you see here, this is only the response time of home page here. We have removed the client delay and connection time. But overall, there will be some connection time and client delay in a realistically. So let's wait for, I think it's almost in completion state. This is fine. This hit rate is fine. If it's going at higher linear format is also fine there. But main thing is it's 100%. So what also can be done at the backend systems who is having access to the authorization of the user, they can see all user has made how many attempts or hits right now in last 5 minutes. So they can do a validation also from the database, how many authorization tokens have been generated. So yeah, now you see the test is almost getting completed. It is doing the log data transfer. So you can ask me some question like why login is 69 and why home is 64 and 65. Why? Because we have made the test duration to come at 5 minutes. We are not saying that complete the stage duration automatically. We are abruptly stopping the test run after 5 minutes. We are abruptly stopping the test run after 5. The 45 seconds, it includes the initialization and ramp up time. That's when you're seeing not the equal login user page and sign out are not having equal number of hits. So that's where when you make a hard stop, right? What are your user or at which stage they'll exit out. I repeat, what all users are doing at what all transactions, they'll exit at that point of time itself. But any given point of time, the user load is only active is 5 users. Okay. So now I'm going to invoke a report function also. So what I'm going to do, create one more user schedule called as uh, workload. Makes workload for around 25 users, 25 view. So next I'm going to have two different user groups and only one stage. I'll have around 3 stages. Okay. So my total number of user is 25. The next stage I'm going to run around 15 and the last stage of around 25. So now you see here, initially I'm just loading the system for around 10 seconds, all user within 10 seconds and run for around 3 minutes. The next run, sorry, run for another 3 minutes and all user within 10 seconds. So as per the preview graph, what we are doing, initially I'm going to load 5 users within 10 seconds, the run for around 3 minutes. And again, I'm going to add another 10 more users after for another 10 seconds. It will be steady state for 3 minutes. And again, I'm adding 3 more users. Sorry, 10 more users for next 10 seconds. Then totally, the total test run would be around 10 minutes here. So what I'm doing in user group number 1, I'm going to add the test called as login function. In the user group 2, I'm going to add another script called as report function. I'm going to run one of the user group on different system. So how to run on a different location, select the user group and say run this group on follow locations, add new and say existing if it is anything different there. Which system is this? P2. This is P2. Okay, 52 is the agent machine. I'm going to add that particular agent machine here. It is going to write some other temp directories there. So user group 1, I'm going to say around yeah 60-40. So report function of around 40% of users would be doing it. So I'll call this as in order to run this for longer run, I'm going to add a loop and I'm going to keep it as infinite. Insert loop. Please note, when you're keeping infinite, you need to give a stage duration there. Okay. And here there's an option called as think time. We can increase our recorded think time for maximum recorded for maximum 10 seconds. Generally, we use or increase or decrease the think time by percentage, by vary the percentage, because as I said, some of the user might be very faster in doing the transaction, or some of the users might be very slow. If anything is more than 10 seconds, we are limiting for max 10 seconds itself. I repeat, as I said, think time is nothing but user spending time from navigating from page 1 to page 2. When I'm given a load of 25 users, 60% of users will be doing login function, 40% of users will be doing report function. So here I'm varying the think time by random percentage, where I'm giving a lower limit of 50%. If it is anything between 10 seconds, the think time would be 5 seconds. If the think time is around 7 seconds, it will limit up to around 10 seconds there. Maximum, I'm keeping the think time for 10 seconds here. Okay, so I'm just running this test for another 10 minutes. Now you see user group 1 is running on local system and user group 2, okay, insufficient. Okay. Okay. Just see. Okay. Don't you have 1,000 user license configured here? I don't see. Let me just try to put some load of around
Was that
10 users. Because I'm just seeing some, because they're entitled to run for 1,000 users. I'm not sure why this message has come. The virtual user license is not there. Okay. And so I'm just taking a snapshot of it. I need to take a snapshot. Okay. So I need to just ask them, like, where they not configured the local license here. Because AB Bank is entitled to run for 1,000 virtual users. Beyond 5 users, it is not going up, because the error is clearly stating, when I just check onto the preferences to test license, it says there is no available virtual license. It's 0. By default, they can run up to 5 users. Is the TMGS team is there in this call? Anyone from TMGS? Can't. I can just ask anyone from TMGS is here. Hello.
Sorry.
I can't. So what I
Yeah.
was just saying is AB Bank has procured 1,000 virtual user license, but I
Mm.
don't see that particular license here in the system because it showed only as available virtual license should has to 1,000. It should show as 0. Okay. So I just
So
asked.
it's missing in the virtual user, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, virtual user is missing. Yes.
okay. So so who I need to ask in this
Yeah,
kind
I
of
believe I get to know Anna's put out an email that when I asked who assisted in configuring the license, it is told that TMGS. I would need
TMGS?
a TMGS team here.
Okay, so the TMGS guy is here, Mr. Kwok. So here the technical guys from TMGS to install. So let me ask Kwok in this case.
Yeah.
Quắc ơi cho anh hỏi tí. Quắc có nghe không Quắc?
Em có nhỉ.
Anh hỏi bạn ấy vừa hỏi là trong cái license của An Bình Bank ấy thì họ bên An Bình có mua một cái 1.000 virtual user, nhưng mà bạn ấy đang check trong hệ thống này thì hiện tại là vẫn chưa configure được 1.000 virtual user vào, thì không biết là trong quá trình mình cài đặt thì mình có ấy được cái phần này không?
1.000 virtual user.
1.000 virtual user trong cái license của bên An Bình mua ấy, nhưng mà hiện tại bây giờ bạn ấy đang check là hình như là chưa được cài đặt vào thì phải.
Ok
Đấy
nhé,
thì
anh đợi tí em cầm auto check đã.
em check lại cho anh. Kiran Jan, so are you checking that there's supposed to be 1,000 user and there's so you are checking now there no virtual user in this license, right?
Yeah, yeah. So it's no nothing
Zero.
to worry. Yeah, immediately when I just increase the user load for 10 users, right? What I'm showing you, I'm just verifying the license here. It says it's a license and it's a local license what has been configured here. And I just click on test license. The virtual user license showed as 0. See, five license will be available for any test user. Yeah, but I see 0 here.
Floating one floating license and
Yeah, that is a
0.
floating license is something that another user will be able to launch the tool because they procured 2 quantity of 1 test performance and 1,000 virtual users pack, which 1,000 virtual users is not showing in the available virtual users component.
Yeah, it should be showing on her. Yeah, I got
Correct.
it.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah.
So let TMGS guy checking on this. So in the meantime, can you demo another session on today?
I didn't get you. Can you come back one more second?
So in the meantime, to save time of the people today, so can you just move to the next section in the meantime, Mr. Kwak from TMGS will check back the license for us.
Okay, today itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do
So
you have any content to show it on today?
yeah, I would like to show some more features.
Ok. Quắc ơi, em check được phía em chưa?
Let
Em
me
đang
just
check
try
anh
to
Khánh.
run
Đây.
for more than 5 users.
Ok.
I'm just okay. Okay. Let me just try to run the load for 5 users as 3 users would be running you login, and another 3 users or 2 users would be running report function. Let me just check it up. Yeah, it's see 5 users. There's no issue. It is running up. Immediately when you put more than 5 users, it is because of the virtual user component is not there. That's when they need to check it up there.
Có license ấy, có anh Khánh ạ.
Có 1.000 user virtual user, nhưng mà thống của Ab Bank thì lại không có 1.000 virtual user đấy, thì bạn hỏi là trong cái lúc cài đặt ấy thì mình có vấn đề gì thì em trao đổi trực tiếp với bạn được không? Anh không nắm cái phần cài đặt của bên em với bên An Bình.
Từ đây anh show em lại cái account portal không ạ?
Yeah. When we do the testing on agent, you see the agent P2, it's busy. So as one of the user group, we have put the report function on agent 2. That's when you can see, when you see the agent status, it is in busy there.
So Kiranjan, so I just asked TMGS team, and they just check the portal that they have and see that they have installed the 1,000 virtual user on a portal. Are there any chance if you can recheck if they have the virtual users installed?
Yeah, because I just see this is used as a local license. If you can use a cloud license, would have been very, very effective. Can you get internet access for another 5-10 minutes here?
Internet access?
Yeah.
Ok. Dạ anh Tuấn Anh ạ, thì không biết là bạn đang hỏi là mình có thể mở internet cho khoảng tầm một lát để bạn check cái phần về license được không ạ? Tại vì em nghĩ là
Bởi
cái
bởi
phần
internet ở đâu?
portal
Ở cái máy ở máy
đang remote.
con lúc bên này á?
Và ok.
Hay là máy của anh?
Nhưng mà anh có vào được phần portal của license nhà mình không anh? Của
Cái máy
Hustler Wanted ấy. Em muốn check cái virtual user cho
bạn
nhà
ý
mình.
dừng đi để anh vào cho.
Dạ vâng, ok. They are assessing the portal to check if
Right.
if it's going Kiranjan.
Yeah. I'm just seeing the screen.
Anh sẽ ngắt bạn ấy khỏi cái ultra view nhé.
Dạ vâng. Yeah, so they will disable you from UltraView in order to access the internet to check the license.
Yeah, no problem. So thing is,
Okay.
if they can share me, I can help them access to see the license details.
No, because they are sharing it and they cannot share the internet through this, so they have to disable you for a moment.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Ok, Khánh bảo bạn ấy quay vào đi.
Dạ
Ấn
vâng,
vào cái
ok.
Ultra.
Okay. So please reconnect to UltraView, I think.
Okay.
Đợi tí, đợi chút.
Now I get a message that your partner is not running ultra wave.
Yeah. Please wait one moment.
Yeah.
Dạ vâng. Em này.